Hello and welcome to our news program. It's 24th with only a day to Christmas. We have gathered news reports from within and across the country, plus updates from the international scenes. My name is Giverson Maina. A family from Huhoini in Tetu, Nyeri County is seeking justice after their mentally challenged 16-year-old girl was defiled and impregnated. The 52-year-old man alleged to have committed the heinous act is a brother to the area assistant chief, who is allegedly taking advantage of this in shielding himself. The teenager had gone to buy cakes in the nearby shop when the said man gagged her mouth, pulled her inside his house before stripping her clothes. Take a look. According to the family of the girl, who now has a 10-days-old baby, the daughter had gone to buy cakes in the nearby shop when the said man gagged her mouth and pulled her inside his house before stripping her old clothes. He then defiled her and threatened to kill her if she dared report the matter to anyone, including her parents. The disturbed girl never reported the matter for fear of being killed, and after the 5th month, her mother realized that she was pregnant.
Huyu mtoto wangu wakati nirudi, yeye ni kunyamaza tu sababu anaogopa kuuliwa. Nikaona tu tumbo inakuwa kubwa na hana ugonjwa, hakuogea. Nikamuuliza, wewe hii tu ni chakula nakula?
It was then that the girl broke down in tears before informing her mother what transpired. The parents of the girl immediately reported the matter to the nearby Dugamano police station, where they were asked to inform police if they spotted the accused. The area assistant chief, brother to the suspect, however, despite being alerted by the girl's parents about the incident, mocked them and told them, and I quote, "You should be happy your daughter will now give birth to one of you."
Ni mtu amejua hii mtoto. Kwa maana ni mzazi amekuwa na watoto kama huyu amekuwa kwa kizazi moja.
The suspect has now gone underground as the poor family has no decent jobs, continue to toil in defending their daughter and grandchild. The family now wants the man arrested and be held responsible.
Mimi naomba serikali hii mtu ashikwe, kwa maana anaagamiza hii watoto, na ni wale serikali inakuwa ikisema tumapeleke kwa shule.
So that now it becomes a lesson. And worse is the bad part of it is that it is alleged that the culprit is a brother to an administrator. The people who should actually be defending the voiceless.
We want the Sexual Offences Act, the one for Joki Dongo, to be implemented to the fullest. We want that person arrested and put to the docks.
Giverson Maina for KT's News. And away from that story onto another yet rather sad story. President Uhuru Kenyatta has mourned former Nairobi Mayor Dick Wadhika, who died on Saturday, with reports indicating he passed on while he was being rushed to Karen Hospital, though the cause of his death is yet to be made public. Mukurweini MP Kabando wa Kabando posted on his Facebook page about Wadhika's death, saying the family was taking his body to Lee Funeral Home. Nairobi Senator Mike Sonko also mourned the death of the former Makadara MP, saying he had been at the mass of ceremony during the burial of his father.
My brother.
Yangu ya kwanza ni kutoa rambirambi zangu kwa jamii ya marehemu. Ni mara yangu ya kwanza kutembea katika huu mji, lakini nakumbuka tukiwa hapa saa nyingine tulikuwa tunakutana hapa Windsor tukipanga mikakati ya siasa na nini. Alikuwa ananiambia najenga nyumba hapa, siku moja nitakuchinjia. Unfortunately hiyo haikuweza kufika, na tumefika kwake siku ya kuomboleza. Viongozi wote wale ambao wanaweza mtuambie ni nini ambaye mungependa tufanye, tuwasaidie na tuweze kushirikiana pamoja. Kwa hivyo hiyo msiwe na shuku hata kidogo.
The late Honorable Dikwa Thika was a humble, jovial, and courageous man. May I say that he was also a peacemaker. The late Dick used to frequently come to my office. We used to officiate projects in Makadara constituency together.
A much more comprehensive story on that coming in the next bulletin. Residents of Kericho County and Malindi constituency will go to the polls to elect their new senator and MP respectively on March 7, 2016. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Isaac Hassan has made the announcement a moment after House Speakers Ekwe Thuro and Justin Muturi declared the 2 seats vacant. Political parties will be required to finalize party primaries and intra-party dispute resolutions before January 22nd. IEBC chief says candidates will be required to present their nomination papers to the IEBC returning officers for the 2 exercises on February 8 and 9, 2016. The Kericho County Senate and Malindi parliamentary seats fell vacant after Senator Charles Kituru and MP Dan Kazungu resigned following the appointment to the cabinet to take up the energy and petroleum docket and the mining docket. The Election Act states that unless there is a court order in place, the by-elections must be conducted within 3 months of the occurrence of the vacancy. And a drama ensued in Kitui County after youth who had attended a health facility service charter launch got agitated by what they claimed to be corruption in broad daylight. And as Angeline Kado informs us, it took the hand of the law to deal with the incidents.
These were the sentiments of embittered Kitui youth who had attended a health facility service charter launch after the allowance they claimed to have rightfully deserved was allegedly withheld by the county's assistant director.
Ujumbe wetu kwa director wa health hapa Kitui ni kwamba governor alisema anapigana na ufisadi, na alituambia tukiona ufisadi mahali popote tusiogope, tuulize officer, na akishindwa tumtumie message. Tukitoka hapa tutatumia gavana wetu message ya kwamba kuna watu wamebaki na wanaiba peupe wakionekana na kusaini majina ya watu ambao hawako. Hata pesa za wabunge wa MCA 40 walikuwa wametengwa shilingi 15,000. Tunajua ameficha ili waanze kugawa pesa asubuhi, lakini tutakuwa hapa kama vijana mpaka asubuhi tuhakikishe watu wa ICC wamerudi na pesa yao.
And when the men in blue arrived, the embittered youth willingly escorted the assistant director to Kitui Central Police Station to seek police intervention.
I need our money. I don't have your money. You have our money.
Their claim? Individuals who had not participated in the function were dished out with transport allowances, while the real attendees were left empty-handed on grounds that they had not officially been invited to the meeting.
Niliattend hiyo meeting Parkside Villa, lakini watu wameanza kulipwa ni wengine, si wale ambaye tulianza kusaini asubuhi, na majina ambao zililetwa ni majina tofauti. Mimi sina mengi ya kusema. Kama serikali ya gavana inafanya namna hiyo, aondoe wengine vile alifanya njuzi 5 akaondoa.
In his defense, Mr. Musoi denied ever receiving money for fellow county workers who had skipped the meeting, while also refuting claims that he had ordered the CIC officers not to pay some individuals.
Si wacha nimuongee na yeye ndio muambie mnataka pesa yenu, kwa sababu mimi
naona mko dhuru ndio kwa sababu tunahitaji.
Sikiza. Atuitie yeye wacha mkubwa ongea. Unaweza nitumia hiyo list ya hao walikuwa invited na vile umelipa. Because hata kama ni kupiga picha unitumie na WhatsApp nionyeshe watu hapa
na attendees wale wametanga kama sisi.
Yes.
This incident comes barely 2 weeks after Kitui Governor Dr. Julius Malombe sent home 5 senior county government officers over alleged corruption.
Saa ingine unapata makaratasi yamejazwa na amekuwekwa sahihi, and nothing has been received, na pesa inalipa. Kuna wengine tuliishika ikiwa karibu kulipa, and we took action. na watu wanalia huku. Hata ukilia, hata godmother, godfather akiwa nani, atukubali. Unasikia? And no compromise on those such things.
Reporting for KTS, I am Angeline Kado.
And now to Nakuru County Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission investigators yesterday raided the homes of two senior officials of the Nakuru County government over corruption allegations amounting to a total of over 20 million Kenyan shillings. Acting in charge Central Rift Anti-Corruption Commission Officer Lunani Sadat avoided to go on record but told the press in Nakuru that the investigators raided the home of the acting county executive in charge of finance Anyambure Jenga, located in Gilgil town. The home of county senior accountant Bill Kiprotich at Kiamunyi Estate in Nakuru was also a port of call for the EACC officials at around 6 a.m. in the morning. Sadat says that the anti-corruption officers managed to obtain relevant documents in connection with the unexplained accumulation of over 20 million shillings by the two county officers. Efforts to get a comment from the two county government officials were fruitless, as they were said to be out of the office and no one was willing to disclose their whereabouts.
We were able to obtain relevant documents. So the details of what we did or what we got, that one I don't have an authority to talk about it. But the general point is that we were able to obtain relevant documents that will be able to support the case that we are actually investigating. So, sometimes it's on our own violation that we just sense that there's something happening because we are based here.
Now we take a short commercial break, still much more in the pipeline. Don't go away. And welcome back. 16 police recruits have been charged by Nyeri law courts of forging academic documents just 1 month prior to their pass-out parade, raising concern over the inability of Kiganjo Police College to detect the matter earlier. The 10 female and 6 male recruits at Kiganjo Police College were arrested on Monday night for submitting fake Kenyan Certificate of Secondary Education (KCSE) certificates during the recruitment exercise in April this year. Take a look. And our Nakuru County Security Committee has launched a security alert initiative dubbed Mulika Mwizi to help enhance security in the county. County Commissioner Joshua Kanada says the initiative, which was launched through the contribution of the county and sub-county security members, is modeled towards encouraging the county residents to report crime by texting to the number 22068. He says that the message will immediately be received by 50 members of security committee team and action taken. The commissioner says his model is being piloted in Nakuru, Uasin Gishu and Nandi counties and is aimed at ensuring better security coordination and accountability of the security agents. Briefing the press before the launch of the initiative at his boardroom, the commissioner encourages reasons to make use of initiative to help reduce crime in the county, saying the committee will be sitting at every end of the month to review the progress and improve on areas of weakness.
This is modeled towards, or rather the same way as an M-Pesa SMS, whereby the members of public, we are going to give the number, a certain number. In fact, the number is 22068. That message, rather, will go straight to 50 recipients. These 50 recipients include the county security members, who are 5 in number, 9 sub-county security committee members, who are 45 in number. So the total is 50. So once the message is sent to this number, simultaneously it will reach 50 recipients who are supposed to work on it.
Now, KTS would like also to condole with the family of the late. Away from that, a recently released opinion poll conducted by Ipsos Synovate says that 4% of Kenyans want CORD leader Raila Odinga to retire from politics, while another 22% want him to contest for presidency in 2017. A similar poll conducted in September indicated that 7% of those polled want the former premier to retire from politics completely, compared to 31% who want him to run for president in the 2017 elections. At the same time, the survey, which was conducted on November 7 to 19, shows that 40% of Kenya interviewed would vote for Uhuru Kenyatta, with 29% voting for Odinga. The study goes on to indicate that 56% of the Jubilee coalition supporters want him to retire from politics, but 70% of CORD want him to remain active and contest. Research analyst Tom Wolf said many Kenyans sampled said that Odinga is too old to lead the country, while 30% of the respondents felt that even if he wins, he will not be sworn in.
So for those who said they're going to vote for Uhuru in the next election, what's their attitude to Raila's future? And you can see, as we saw here, almost the same as Jubilee supporters. 57% want him to retire. 13% said it's fine if he runs. Hii ni juu yake. 23% don't want him to retire, but they don't want him to run either. When we come to the 29% who said they would vote for Raila if the election were held now, you can see the vast majority want him to contest the presidency. Although there's 4 who said they would vote for him, but they still think it's better he should retire. Only 4%.
And in other news, the national government has been urged to regulate poultry imports from other countries to save poultry industry in Kenya. The calls have been made by various stakeholders in poultry sector during a forum in Nyeri, where also a curriculum in poultry farming was launched. The poultry stakeholders want both the national and county governments to change policies on agriculture that regulates the prices of certain commodities. Already, poultry farmers in the country say egg glut in Uganda has already started affecting their market. They say that the poultry industry supports thousands of farmers in the country, saying that poultry farming uptake has boomed in Kenya's rural areas, where smallholder families have taken to the farming over the past 10 years. Breed Gate Holdings chairman Dr. Dhuo Madhenge says cheap eggs being imported from neighboring Uganda have flooded the market.
Right now, the company of journalism, our guys here, we have a problem, and especially in poultry industry, on the side of the eggs which are coming from our neighboring countries like Uganda, and eggs which come, when they come here, they are selling at a lower price than what the farmer can be able to achieve in Kenya. Because when the cost of the production of the farmer goes up, it also affects the consumer. It also affects the country economy. When you go to the US, you meet the farmer. The farmer can drive a Range Rover, the farmer can drive a Mercedes, but when you come to Kenya, the farmer cannot even buy a wheelbarrow.
And now, as Kenyans gear up for the Christmas and New Year holidays, they are being advised to take various precautionary measures that will ensure their safety during their festivities. Angeline Kadu with that report.
As the close of 2015 fast nears, the impact of the festive season, namely Christmas and New Year holidays, are already beginning to manifest. And while some opt to stay at home, others are choosing to travel to other parts of the country, away from the hustles and bustles of the busy cities. But with the festive season, which is mostly associated with happy times, also comes an increase in possible risk factors which necessitate precautionary measures. The reason the National Disaster Management Unit is advising Kenyans to be extra careful.
Let us all be vigilant and mindful of what happens in the neighborhood to avoid criminality. I urge the members of public to really be careful. Our drivers need to be careful. Everyone, when you're carried in whatever vehicle, remember your life is also involved, so you don't just keep quiet if things are not going well.
And in a bid to avert risks arising from drills carried out in various institutions, as with the infamous Strathmore drill, the organ says it has rolled out a countrywide sensitization on the same.
Please contact the Inspector General National Police Service or the Director National Disaster Management Unit for emergency drills, guidelines and trainings. It's for free.
Members of the public are encouraged to have emergency numbers while remaining vigilant during the festivities. Members of the public are encouraged to have emergency numbers while remaining vigilant during the festivities. In case of an emergency, you're encouraged to call the police on toll-free hotlines on
999. I repeat, 999, 911, I repeat, 911, then 112, and also for Kenya Red Cross, you can call 1199. I repeat, for Kenya Red Cross, you can call 1199. Those numbers are for free.
Reporting for KTS from Nairobi, I am Angeline Kado.
And we go beyond borders. Burundi faces mounting regional pressure to accept African Union peacekeepers. It calls an invasion force with the issue a key point of talks due in Uganda next week. The 54-member African Union said last week it would send a 5,000-strong force to halt violence that has sparked fears. Burundi is sliding back toward a civil war and has pledged to send troops despite Burundi's fierce opposition. Pushing for Burundi's acceptance of the AU force will be a key part of the latest round of talks aimed at ending months of violence. Burundi's unrest began in April when President Pierre Nkurunziza announced his intention to run for a controversial third term, which he went on to win in July. Uganda President Giverson Maina will host the next round of talks between rival Burundian factions on December 28. Hundreds of people have been killed in months of street protests in Burundi, which have devolved in frequent armed attacks with gunfire disrupting the nights and dead bodies appearing on city streets almost every day. Talks are to be held at Uganda's presidential palace in Entebbe, just outside the capital, Kampala.
I regret that the authorities have yet to carry out effective investigations concerning the vast majority of cases of serious violations and abuses of human rights, such as reports of extrajudicial killings, including with ethnic overtones or undertones.
And still in Burundi, Burundi's rebels came together Wednesday for the first time as a force aimed at ousting President Pierre Nkurunziza after months of bloodshed in the troubled Central African Republic. The formation of the insurgents comes amid mounting pressure, regional pressure rather, on the government to accept African Union peacekeepers. It calls an invasion force. The rebels have formed a force to protect the population in courts and uphold the Arusha Agreement that paved the way to the end of the 1993 to 2006 civil war, but which they say Nkurunziza has violated by his third term in power. Now let's take another short break. We'll be back with sports. Now welcome back. Manchester United manager Louis van Gaal has blasted the media for spreading rumors about his position at the club after recent poor performance with the Red Devils. Van Gaal has been reported to be on his way out, with former Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho tipped to take over his place. However, the Dutch international in his press conference yesterday rubbished such rumors while demanding an apology from the media before storming out of the conference after 5 minutes. He, however, remained confident of his position, citing his support from the club's board members. The Red Devils, who sit 5th in EPL table, will visit Stoke City in league match on Saturday in a match that would decide Van Gaal's future at the club.
Has anybody in this room not a feeling to apologize to me? Nobody has that feeling? That's what I'm wondering. Do you think that I want to talk with the media now? I'm here only because of the Premier League rule. I have to talk with you. But I can only see when I say something, that you use my words in your context. I am focused on Stoke City. I help my players. I wish you a Merry Christmas and maybe also a Happy New Year when I see you. And enjoy the wine and a mince pie. Goodbye.
Sorry, what is... So Louis, you're not taking questions from the meeting? No.
And in basketball, the Golden State Warriors continued with the unbeaten run in the American football season after defeating Utah Jazz 103-85 points during a match played yesterday night in Oakland. Klay Thompson scored 20 points while Stephen Curry added 16 with 9 assists to stretch the defending NBA champions' unbeaten home run to 13th in a row this season and the 31st consecutive win at Oracle Arena dating to last season.
And the Brazilian Blair to lay it in. And went small. Skill ball. Speed. And now that makes it feel better. Great bench productivity. 31 straight wins at home. Moving up the chart in NBA history. Bring on the Cavaliers.
And now that's all for now. My name is Giverson Maina. Catch me again tonight at 9. Merry Christmas.